Well, you see, Sony, there the entire quote is as follows: is what I would say if this was a better book, but they can't tell you that part, so they just cut it off right there. So it's a great compliment.
Miss Gilman has a nice, relaxing, easygoing way of telling a story. Ellipses should delight you, whether you're looking for smiles or thrills. That ellipses there is basically that is basically an easy way of saying she writes like crap in a like a crappy 5-year-old. She writes like she's in 3rd grade. That's what that is saying. Basically, it's like she avoids those hard to know words.
Ellipses.
You didn't have to pass the SATs to know what she's writing about. That's what that is.
By the way, everybody, when Sony reads fanfic on his stream, he does announce ellipses.
I do, because it's like a super bad habit of a lot of writers just to shove in ellipses and for dramatic pauses instead of describing the dramatic pause or just having it in a way that it would read or flow that way. So whenever people like put ellipses every few words, I will announce it very loudly.
It's very funny.
Because when I do it like that, you realize just how often people do it.
And just how dumb it makes things sound.
It really is. And the second part of this is should delight you whether you're looking for smiles or thrills. But the thing is that they just have that weird ellipses, and the should is a capital, which means that there's probably, I'm just like, it's fun as like a beach read or something. That's what that New York Times book review is probably saying.
So Sony, would you read this book now that you own it?
Would I read it? As to make fun of it, probably.
Fair enough. But in the middle of reading it, if you found it oddly good, would you admit it?
I'm opening up to the middle, and this is the start of a chapter. So let me tell you my feelings on this book by telling you what is in this book. And this is the first time I've actually bothered to read anything in this book.
Alright.
Once the strong room was securely locked in the gardensmith, Samat said, "We must tell Katie what was discovered." "And not discovered," said Miss Paula Fax.
Alright.
No, I would not.
Pretty not well written. I'm saying this as a non-writer. It's not very well written. I could probably write better things, and I am not a writer.
Yeah, so nope.
Stop trying to petrify me. So many Medusas in this mission. So many Medusas.
I have a third book that makes me very angry.
Alright. What is this next book that makes you mad?
It makes me very mad, guys. Okay, because I have a guilty pleasure. And that guilty pleasure is crappy romance novels. I love crappy, cheesy romance novels. And mostly just to see how many ways they find a way to say penis. Which is
usually
honestly,
greatly surprising.
It really is, and honestly, I find I always like if I drank, I would have a drinking game every time they said throbbing manhood.
That is the least good way to say that.
Oh no, there are worse ways.
Fair enough. I will take your word, sir. Is a sweat-covered man
one that I saw once.
Why do I have you on my show, Sony? It's just penises all the time with you.
Sweat-covered fan tools.
Last time was your throbbing erector set after being punched and told folklore. Now it's.
I think there's an actual collection of bad romance novel descriptions of it, and it is absolutely great. There are a few that I would not. If I can find the list of like bad sex scenes, like the top 15 bad sex scenes from romance novels of the past, of like 2014 again, I will totally read them for you because they are amazing. Not that this is a problem in this romance novel. This romance novel is part of a brand that called Love Inspired. For those of you who have never been unlucky enough to pick up one of these, hoping to find a nice stash of ladyborns.
We're gonna offend the female demographic I have.
Always the ladyborn. Let's be honest. There is actually a really good kind of podcast / web show that Felicia Day has, which is actually like one of the few things that Felicia Day is in that I like because her charm doesn't exactly work on me for some reason. I don't know. She seems like a nice enough person. It's just personal taste. But she has this book club called the Vaginal Fiction Book Club, and it's absolutely great. Every month they get like a romance novel of some kind, and it can be super good, it can be super bad, it can be somewhere in the middle. I love it when they do super bad ones. And they read it and they talk about it over a Skype call while they get drunk, or at least while Bond is drunk.
All right.
It's actually quite fun to listen to, especially when they do start to talk about the sex scenes because, Felicia Day gets super awkward about it.
I can imagine.
Yeah. But it's really quite fun, and I think recently they did a one of those ones where someone bones a dinosaur that you can get off of Amazon.
Oh, good. One of those things.
Yeah, you guys should seriously check it out. It's actually but
it's not as good as Werebear Millionaire. I'm gonna put that out there right now.
There are few things as good as Werebear Millionaire, as far as how it flows off the tongue.
Really does have a very nice flow to it, with titling.
It's very lyrical in nature.
It really is.
We should get Big Bear, and get him to do things with Werebear Millionaire.
That's a whole other subgenre of this abominable thing.
Okay, well anyways,
yes.
These love-inspired things are absolutely awful. Basically, the whole idea of these love-inspired things is that they're romance novels made for the super conservative religious crowd. And they're super weird because, like, usually in romance novels, the main character is like, man, I could really use like a boyfriend or like just someone who really loved me and I want. I don't feel fulfilled in life. It's something along those lines.
Right.
Or it could be anywhere from they just want to get boned really well once, or to I'm gonna find my soulmate and we're gonna have steamy, passionate lovemakings. It could range from anywhere in between that, depending on the case. But these guys, they're like, lovemaking is sinful by nature, so these books are about finding a strong husband you can be obedient to and submissive to, and having babies. raising families.
Good.
And I really wish this was not a thing, because holy crap is that sexist.
A little bit.
And they're usually written by ladies, too, is the thing. Like, this one is by Patricia Davies. But they are... Holy crap, are they super sexist. And it's like... And it's like celebrating 15 years on the cover. And Love Inspired's like a brand in this. Like, there's a whole brand with multiple different series that have been coming out for 15 years.
Good, I'm glad their demographic is still buying their books.
And it's usually like finding love in Jesus. And there's like, I found... and they have like a really bad habit of having like a baby on the cover somewhere in their romance novel. Which you're going for a romance novel. You don't want to see like one of the consequences of romance
no,
on the cover.
Generally not what you'd read that for.
But there's always like a drooping white baby. Like it's in a basket or it's being held, or sometimes you'll get like the kid that's old enough and is like, oh man, divorced dads with ex-wives that never think they'll love again, or they're widowed or something. It's usually widowed because then you don't have to deal with the sin of divorce.
Ah, that's a very good point.
But they are all, and it's super sexist. That's what it is. Like, it's super, super terrible. This one is called A Home for Hannah, and it is part of the Brides of Amish County.
Alright.
The Brides of Amish Country, I'm sorry.
You already have my...
So there are multiple...
15,000 gold? My god. Sorry. Got an item worth 15 grand.
Wow.
That is a metric shit ton in Fire Emblem, so...
It really is.
Wow. Alright, sorry, continue.
But yeah, the Brides of Amish Country. So there is a whole series about just Amish ladies finding a dutiful husband, and then never having sex once in the entire book.
Or even after the book, because they're married.
Even after they get married, even if the characters are married, they will not vote. No, because that's
super abstinence.
Because the whole thing is that it's love inspired. They're inspired by love, not a lusty coin need.
Well, you see, Sony. Whenever they begin to get bedroom feelings, they eat a whole raw potato, and they don't feel it anymore. God, people are weird, dude. That's all I'm gonna say. People are weird.
God, it's just like occasionally they'll be like actually pretty well written. Because I've read about these now. Because mostly like to confirm how I felt about it, and like I've read one of the very early ones, but where they would put letters in it, kind of what the Love Inspired series is about, which is like where most of my information comes from. Which is like, yes, we don't want. This isn't about wanting sinful sex, you sinners.
It's about love and being submissive to your husband.
Love. It's about being submissive to your husband and being barefoot and pregnant. And I'm just like, I feel uncomfortable reading this.
It's a really bad message.
It really is. I mean, if that's the type of relationship you want, good, cool, whatever. I'm not gonna judge.
I will.
but come on. That's you don't own a person. That's weird.
Kind of very wrong.
It very much is, and the babies on the cover. Stop, guys. Just stop putting babies on the cover.
Enough with the babies.
I don't care if you have your I don't care if you have your Thomas Kincaid kind of country scene or whatever that you tend to have. Cool, but I just you need to stop babies on the cover.
But how will they know? How will they know it's a romance book if there's no babies?
This one is, I'm gonna read the description of this one in particular. Yearning to find a meaningful life in the outside world, Nurse Miriam Kaufman strayed too far from her Amish community. She also needed distance from Nick. Pardon. Also, this book is disgusting.
I'm becoming physically ill because of this book. Pardon.
She also needed to distance herself from Nick Bradley, the cop who caused her so much pain. Back in Hope Springs, to care for her ailing mother, Miriam now needs Nick, now Sheriff, to find the mother of Hannah, the abandoned baby on her porch.
Alright. So we already have abandoned baby then.
Yep. Nick is sometimes they're not abandoned. Sometimes they're like, hey, this is the baby I had with my ex-wife. The young women never have the babies. Almost never. Sometimes they do.
And they're the harlots who get stoned.
No, it's more of like, will I ever find someone willing to raise a family with me again now that my husband has died?
No.
Now that my military husband that has died, they're usually military if the husband is dead, or to have firefight.
Well,
They're like real American hero types.
Well, of course, it's the easiest way to write someone off. They were in the military. What do people in the military do? Well, they die.
Yeah. Like I said, they're also you kind of score with like the real American hero thing, and Toby Keith, whatever.
Okay, platforms are not vanishing, which is good. This map has bridges over water platforms that appear and disappear. Well, I allege disappear.
Good.
And if someone's walking on them, they get trapped. So
Nick is wary of Miriam's intentions as she's facing off. As she is off facing their past. Can two wounded hearts overcome history? Do what's best for little Hannah. So basically they just told you the whole plot of the book.
pretty much.
Which that's the thing. Which is basically these two people didn't get along because they did fall in love in the past, but now they're gonna fall in love with no banging and decide to raise a baby together, having no idea whether they are actually compatible as people, let alone as parents.
Spoilers, they will. They'll get along.
Spoilers,
they will.
Yep. Here's some questions for discussion at your book club. Miriam could not forgive Nick for his part in her brother's death. Without forgiveness, there can be no healing. How can we learn to forgive the hurt of others?
By first hurting them.
I'm just dude helped kill her brother. There's some things you don't forget.
Yeah, there's really not a way to get over that.
Do you think Miriam was right when she said it was easy to say you have forgiven someone when actually meaning it so much harder? Why or why not?
Well,
actually, that's
generally just saying something is a lot easier than actually meaning that something. So, there. Done.
Why do you read Amish fiction?
I don't.
What is the attraction? I don't actually.
Because I like seeing brothers and sisters being forced into relationships together. It's a thing that I enjoy.
I enjoy handcrafted furniture.
I enjoy finely crafted floor. I bought the floor at my house from an Amish. about Amish business.
Was that? There's an Amish. There's a movie about Amish people where, and like one of the big happy scenes in foreign reason. Yeah, it's like, I think that's the biggest.